stream marker. Are you going to the YouTube page to check if we're there?
Yep.
Hang on, let's get real meta up in here.
It's live, yo.
Oh no!
Wait, you gotta let it get to at least the part where it does the thing.
Oh, you mean at this moment?
Yeah.
What? Oh god!
Oh my god!
Oh no! We've created the infernal machine.
We need to go deeper.
Do we? Oh god!
Do we?
All right, one more level deeper.
No, stop at Inception.
Never. God. Oh, we've gone so far down that it won't anymore.
No, you're
Not content here.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm glad this worked.
Yep. All right, that function. So,
Let me stop
Hey.
sharing.
hi. Yes, take your damn
Yeah,
stream
Gary,
off.
why don't you introduce us?
Yeah, so we're back and using a new system that seems to be working, which I didn't think it would.
We're
be.
testing it out today.
Yeah. So
This is a trial run.
as we were talking about the last couple times, Google Hangouts is officially no more. It has been put to the ground. So we came up with a couple of different solutions in the past hour and a half or so. This one worked. This is Google's or a different company. It's hard to tell.
No, Google's is all the shit that we
StreamYard.
moved
It says
away
it right
from.
on our stream.
Yeah.
It's right above
This is StreamYard, which is we're testing out. Maybe we'll make a way for that logo to go away. We'll see. But we're testing this. If there are any issues, please let us know. Let's get started, I guess. I don't know.
I'm sorry.
Also, some of the new things I can do is Morgan's being an idiot, so he gets to go sit in timeout for a little bit.
So mean. Oh no!
It's okay. Which, Jay, you're a ceiling. I'm not sure if you know that.
I do. Be right back.
Okay.
Very nice feeling.
Okay. Here's the other problem, and I probably should have thought about this before I hit the go button, is that I haven't opened up any of my shit.
Good stuff. Good
Because,
stuff.
Greg can work
For it,
on
dude.
high
It's
five.
okay.
Because we were
Oh
kind
no,
of
it's Greg's down there. I can't high five you anymore.
Purple.
Wait.
So, all right.
Hold on. Like, whoa.
Oh crap! That's the other thing I gotta do.
Is my camera like moving extremely slowly, or is it just
No.
me?
I mean,
No, you're good.
It doesn't look like
Alright.
it's moving.
So yeah, my video is just fucked up, but it doesn't matter.
Okay. Can you guys hear me?
Mhm.
Is everything fine?
yeah.
Okay. Hang on. We're gonna test something real quick.
Oh man.
Am I Darth Vader?
Oh my.
No.
There's a reason. Oh wait, shit! I have to turn this off
Before
before.
I explain.
No.
No.
Terrible.
No.
It's really bad. It's really bad. You need to lower that gain a little bit.
I had to make sure that it was functioning with Streamlab. That's all. I'll tweak it later. That's fine. Like, I'm not going to be in a concert hall for this entire time.
Please stop.
No, you're right. You're gonna be backstage.
Yeah, that's fucking.
Wait, can I backstage myself? Let's.
All right,
I
now we're in
can.
charge. Fuck this guy.
Well, that'll actually be kind of useful. Of like, all right, you guys are having a long planning. All right, so
Wait, it's time
picking up
to
where we left off. You guys were. This actually works kind of well for narration moment. So, you guys are still in the abyss, and after passing the first two trials, you have moved on to the third. The trials put forth by the Demon Lord Demogorgon, as he was impressed by your fighting prowess when you first arrived in the abyss. For you guys yesterday, for us like 4 months ago. So far, you have passed the test of stealth, completed by Nyx and Marleman, with minimal casualties.
Right.
Followed by the test of might, which was passed by Phaedra, Trevathan, and Sai. There was only some brief moments of, oh god, will they get out of here? But they did it. No one got particularly low, except for Sai, I don't think.
I did not get low at all with my new kit.
I thought one of you got pretty low. At least briefly. Either way, so we have transitioned now into the final test. oh god, I spelled dungeon wrong. I'm not gonna worry about it. Into the test of wisdom, which has to be handled alone by your choice by your teammate Armel. Armel has stepped out into the field and taken his position in a wooden chair. Upon sitting into
Was I able to? I found the spell I was looking for last time because we were
Mhm.
ending it. I wanted to cast Enhance Ability on Aramil before he went out there because I was checking through and I didn't have time because we were ending because it's an 8-hour spell, not a 1 round.
Mhm.
So was I able to do that?
You casted it, and upon him walking through the door, it
Mhm.
was banished.
Okay, cool.
That's all.
If I remember correctly, it's a nice hardwood, the chair.
Yes, it's like a nice mahogany. Like it's a rich wood.
Mm.
And
Really
upon
great.
sitting into the chair itself created manacles which have come over your wrists. And from before you, from a dark chamber, a figure drifted out, hooded, but from beneath the hood, you could see these glowing yellow eyes and these long tendrils coming from the mouth of an illithid, a mind flayer. It drifted to you, rested a hand onto your forehead, and that's the last thing you remember. So this is where things get a little weird. So, I will start by explaining what the rest of you see. From before you, the field itself goes dark. This black, not like a magical darkness of some kind, has now engulfed the entirety of the circular battle chamber. And in the center of it, where you know that Aramil and this illithid are standing, has been replaced by a small pinprick of light that slowly grows and grows and grows into this entire disc that takes up this area. And within the disc, you're looking down on a scene. Aramil, you blink and look around and find yourself standing comfortably in a soft green meadow in the midst of a wide forest. You can hear the sounds of birds chirping in the trees, the smell of a soft wind on the air, or the soft summer on the air, the faint chirping of cicadas in the background. It's pleasant wherever you are. The moss beneath your feet has a little bit of give to show that there was a recent rainfall, and everything smells kind of a faint dew. Before you, on the other side of this meadow, is a tall tree. It's not a tree you recognize. It is not a tree you're friends with. But it is this tall, glorious maple. And in the center of this tree, you see a figure. Green-skinned, long, pale hair. But most importantly, you just see the face, maybe the top of the brow. You see pinpricks of fingers reaching through the trunk. In the small, almost bas-relief of a torso within the trunk. This figure is immediately recognizable to you as you, but definitely not you as you're you, and you're standing in a nice soft meadow. You're definitely not a part of a tree. But before you sits you, almost serene and calm within its current situation. What do you do?
Oh my god. All right, well, I'm going to take a second and just enjoy the grass.
Okay. It is the nicest grass you've felt in a while.
Oh, especially because of where I am. I love this. And then I'm going to get up and I'm going to go over toward the tree. I'm going to start heading that way.
Okay. You walk across the meadow. As you do, you hear some faint rustling to your left, but and immediately kind of identify it as a small chipmunk that seems to have some sort of acorn in its mouth that runs away. You make it about 3/4 of the way across the clearing before you see this figure's eyes open and make contact with yours. Its mouth opens to make a sound, but before it does, you have the opportunity to say something.
Armil?
It makes eye contact with you and kind of... Yes?
What are you doing there, buddy?
Being one with the trees, man.
Oh, awesome. And I'm gonna go closer and see what if I can like touch the tree. Not here.
Okay. Yeah. You walk forward and kind of it makes no sort of movement to challenge you in any sort of way. You can actually see the tips of the fingers that are sticking out of the bark just sort of wave a little bit. You rest a hand on the trunk of the maple and it feels vibrant and alive and joyful and glorious in its own way. This is a thriving ecosystem and a thriving soul within it.
So Armil, how'd you get in there, buddy?
I became one with the trees, man. I spent so much time just wanting to be here that I found my way to do it.
That's pretty rad, man.
I can't handle
This is surreal.
peace, love, and rock and roll, my dude.
I mean, that's pretty rad, man.
Yeah.
But like how though? You know what I'm saying?
Well, I figured out what was holding me back.
The commies.
Oh my god.
Well, what was holding you back then? The bark?
Nah, the bark was the way, man.
Oh, the bark is the way. I mean, I know where you're at.
I'm fucking dying. Like, actual point of order question: can we hear this?
Yes, you can hear all
This
of
is
this.
fantastic.
This is fantastic, and I need to know.
So
It was the things that wanted to hurt the trees that were holding me back.
yeah. Which ones in particular? Because I've seen some real jerks out there already.
I know the jerks you've seen. I've seen them too. I'm you.
Like right now? Like from,
Right.
but I'm me.
Right now, right when. Does it really matter?
So like, what is this place then? Because how are there two of me? I've never seen another one of me. You know what I'm saying?
The you made.
The one I made. How did I make you?
Think back, and suddenly you are like floored. You actually fall a bit into the moss as this like kaleidoscope of memories comes pouring into your mind. You remember the first time that you met up with everybody at the monastery. You remember your interaction with the snowman on the mountains above Jerusalem. You remember the fight in the wastes where Nyx MVP'd the shit out of it and kept the bone snakes from coming back. And then you remember immediately after that, your first transition into the Feywild. You remember meeting the caretaker. You remember meeting the great tree. You remember meeting the lifelink. And you remember laying your hand on a tree.
Yeah.
And it's sticking to you and drawing something out of you. And everyone around you reacted, but you were just happy to have a contact with a tree in the Feywild. That was awesome.
Yeah, that was cool.
And suddenly your eyes blink back forward, and you're sitting in the moss staring up at this creature.
Oh, I remember now, dude. You were an awesome tree.
Yeah. And now we're an awesome tree.
We're an awesome tree, huh? So how did you get here, though? Weren't you there? In the Fae?
Where do you think you are?
Am I
You're
in the Fae
there.
world?
Yeah, look around. And you look around and realize that, yeah, the sun is, or the sky is the weird burnt orange mixed with the light yellows of the Feywild, and you can see a little bit of distance the other end where it suddenly sharply cuts to the dark purples and blues of the Unseelie. You're in the Feywild.
How did I get here? I was. Huh. All right.
How good of a Feywild does it look?
Make an insight check, Armel.
Yeah. Okay. I do want to know that as well. Ooh.
Good base roll.
Yeah, good base roll. Let's see what my insight is like though.
+5.
+5, bro.
Bruh, 21.
21.
Nice.
Dude.
Looking around, it is the Feywild exactly as you remember it. Exactly as you remember it. There's nothing you haven't seen. There's nothing you haven't heard. It is the Feywild exactly as you remember it.
Well, Armil, I gotta be honest with you. This doesn't seem quite right, though.
I can understand that. It's got to be weird talking to the Dryad version of yourself.
We're a Dryad? That's what we are? Like a Montansian, my homie.
Yeah.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Well, I gotta go see my friends then, I suppose.
Go right ahead. Nick sort of gestures with the fingertips that are still in the bark in an odd direction. Says, they're just out that way, man. Come out and find them.
Cool.
And you start walking.
It's nice to meet me. Oh, hang on. It's nice to meet me.
It's nice to meet us, too.
I'll come back and see you someday.
I hope you do.
All right. Peace, dog.
Later. And you walk away and walk in the direction that it gestured.
This is too much, man.
Weird experience.
After about 5 or 10 minutes of walking, you find yourself blinking and suddenly stepping into the clearing of the caretaker. You see the low fire pit with the stools around it. Pardon me. You see his shack with the unfortunate beaded curtain over the door.
Unfortunate, bro.
Well, okay. Unfortunate because I had not designed that and then it was forced upon me. And you can hear from inside the sounds of whistling and some sort of enjoyment.
Oh, I'm gonna head in there.
Okay. You walk inside, and there is the caretaker, full Minotaur form, standing over this small fire that it seems to have built up within its hut, turning over some what smells like some roasting hazelnuts and chestnuts. You can see on the table next to them is a chopped medley of leaves and herbs of some kind. But what you didn't expect was, as you walk in, sitting there at standing just behind him, I should say, is Marleman, who seems to be assisting, just sort of pleasantly chatting away and helping where he can.
I look over at Trev.
Whoa, dude.
He's in trouble.
Hey guys.
Oh, shit. Now there's 2 of them.
They both turn to look at you, and the caretaker goes, Armil, it's wonderful to see you, dude.
Yeah. How you been, homie?
And Marleman stays quiet, but seems overjoyed to see you.
Well, I'm going to tell Marleman to be quiet, though. What's up, dude?
The caretaker walks over and gathers you up in a big hug. You could smell the sweat and the herbs and the smoke that kind of radiates off him. The joy, let's call it. It sort of gathers you up and goes, I didn't know you were back, man. How's things out in the real world?
Funny you say that, because I am currently in the real world on a test.
Well,
I'm wondering if you might help me.
well, apologies. By the real world, I meant the prime material plane.
No, by the real world, I mean, I'm not convinced this is real.
He sort of looks around and goes, well, what's not to be real, man?
Well,
Humans
Marlon
feel
hasn't
more
made that
true.
part of himself yet.
Marleman,
Trev fucking just like laughs out loud.
Yeah.
As this
Yeah,
comes.
the whole like peanut gallery just went like, oh.
Marlon is definitely banging on the window. He gets me. He gets me.
Excellent.
Good.
the caretaker sort of smiles and looks over at Marleman 2, let's call him, as he goes, well, Armil, you remember what Marleman did to make sure that the plants were safe?
What did he do?
Well, he gave up his magic.
He gave up his magic for the plants?
You see Marleman sort of nodding heavily. And caretaker goes, yeah, your great guidance got him to give up his magic and use it to save the world.
Damn, good job.
What?
Yeah, thank you.
What was
I'm
so
I'm
bad that
looking
was
over that.
happening to the plants that caused him to give up his magic?
Well, and caretaker sort of looks at Marleman, and Marleman sort of shrugs. He goes, well, it's very weird. You don't remember Armil, but all the magic that people were doing was drawing life from the world. And to make sure that life continued, we had to make sure that people weren't using their magics anymore.
Okay.
I don't even know how to make mine not work.
Yeah. I'm confused by that.
Caretaker sort of looks at Marleman and goes, I mean, I guess show him. Marleman sort of nods and opens his mouth, and you can see that where there should be a tongue is just roots and leaves. And seem to be drifting all the way down his throat.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right. That doesn't seem right. This is not quite right.
Does anyone watch the X-Files?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Like episode where like he just looks at that body and just goes, ah! You know, just like
So wait, is that?
when he said,
Oh, gotcha. I thought that's what Nyx did.
well, yes, also that probably.
Marleman does that as well. Everyone in the room goes, zoink, Scoob.
Yeah.
And caretaker sort of shrugs and goes, I mean, it wasn't pretty to get all the magicians in the world to take it, but once they did, everything was for the better.
Yeah. I mean, I'm hip with the plants and stuff, but like, what about our magic?
Well, our magic
Magic?
doesn't use the life of the world. We borrow it. We do it with the life of the world.
Yeah. I suppose.
You ask permission. These magicians, and no offense, my compadre, and Armel sort of like, they were just using without asking.
Yeah. I guess. But what about my test? Do you know anything about my test?
Your test? What? You trying to pass algebra again?
No shot on that. I'm supposed to pass a mind test or something. Wisdom test.
Well, I'm sure anything that you got to pass, especially when it comes to the wisdom, you're, doing pretty well. You are Armil the Wise.
Yeah.
The great sage.
Yeah. I suppose. But I feel like this is not quite right.
Well, here, come, sit down and eat some food. We'll try and figure out what's going on with your head and your memories.
Okay.
You sit at the fire, and Marleman sort of sits across from you and makes a couple gestures with his hands that you are able to pick up as how is Pip?
How is Pip?
Excuse me, you mean this? You mean
Yes.
Wait, does Armil know that there's more than one Pip in the world? Right. Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably.
Everybody in the party should know that, yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, Pip is doing well. He's seen some shit for sure, though.
Armel sort of nods and kind of gestures around of like, yeah, haven't we all at this point?
Yeah.
Um,
What about Titania? Is she here?
Caretaker laughs, and so does Marleman. They both look at you and say, "Well, and Caretaker says, "Well, Queen Titania is back in the prime material plane, same as you, wasn't she?"
No, I don't think so.
Make a insight check.
Queen.
11.
Okay. You stop and think about it, and then suddenly a thought jumps into your head of, oh, right, of course Queen Titania is back in the prime material plane. You left her in charge of the Great Forest back when you left about a week ago.
That doesn't seem right.
That's what your brain says.
That's what my brain says. Okay, of course she's there.
Well, good. It's good that you're keeping in contact with your travels and whatnot, trying to spread the good word.
Yeah. Yeah, how is my forest?
Oh, it's blooming great. You should fly up when you get the chance and see how much we've grown.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's pretty magical to see.
Yeah, I believe it. Maybe I should go there now.
Yeah, food will be here when you get back.
All right. Word, fam.
Word up, homie.
So I guess I go see Amontensian then, huh?
Okay. You walk out of the hut and walk back towards where you know the central grove to be. And upon arriving, the first thing you notice, it takes you about, make a wisdom check. Just a straight wisdom check, not an insight.
It's like 12.
Okay. That is actually good enough for this. A walk that should take you about 2 hours takes you about 3 minutes. But suddenly you find yourself back in the central glaive of the Sealy Court. The stones that represent the court itself are moss covered and viney, and the village beyond it seems deserted. But standing at the head is still the great tree, as large and proud as it's always been. And seated next to the great tree with his roots embedded in the ground is Amontensian, apparently napping or doing whatever it is that Ents do.
Hello, friend.
He sort of, young Noramil, it's a pleasure.
Yeah, how's it going, buddy? Been too long.
Far too long. How is spreading the word?
It's good. What exactly word am I spreading?
Well, the word of nature, my boy. Your sagely your sagely forgivings.
Sage?
I almost said misgivings, and that's not correct.
Oh, my sagely forgiving.
That's a bit of Marleman's game.
Yes. Yes, your sagely forgivings. Last I heard from the caretaker, you were going from place to place in the prime material plane, telling people of the good of living off the land and enjoying the quiet things in life.
Well, I suppose that's true. Well, can you tell me, about my friend Marleman?
Certainly.
Like, why is he here and what's wrong with his face?
He's a pretty rad dude.
Well, after he gave up his magic and took the penance, he was adopted by the caretaker to work the land and make up for his previous misdeeds.
I'm Hodor.
Of taking from nature magic.
Yes, of recklessly burning life.
Right, but I don't think my friend Marleman ever really burned life.
Well, all magics truly do, besides those that are asked for.
Huh.
Make an insight check.
While he's considering all this stuff, I
Yeah.
like go over to Marleman and I'm like, geez, I can't wait to see me.
Yeah, can I ask a question that may or may not inform Ryan? On something?
I mean, he can't hear you, so you can ask any sort of questions.
I'll text you it.
Okay.
24.
Okay. Thank God. Immediately, everything that is going through your head, everything that was like, yeah, Titania's in the prime material plane because you left her in charge, and right, you're a sage now, and you're, spreading the good word, and you've done good deeds, is suddenly replaced by the, no, wait a second, I'm sitting in a chair in the abyss. What is going on? It's just like this, almost two personalities clashing immediately in your brain. And if it wasn't for your incredibly high wisdom now, you would almost feel your brain split in two, but suddenly you just feel this overwhelming sense of, no, this isn't right. This isn't, you want this, but it's not what's real.
Yeah. So how do I get what's real then, huh?
Yes, I guess I should have pointed this out. Apologies. Good call there, Morgan. The Marlin you saw with the messed up mouth and whatnot is also significantly older. Probably about 15 to 20 years older.
This is future life. And I've become a tree. Well, this is pretty rad. I'll just hang out here. Sorry, guys.
Damn,
And
it's over.
I gotta figure out a way out of here. What can I do to get out of here? I know this is not real now.
Yes.
Somehow I've always known. How can I get out of here?
Amundsen sort of looks at you and goes, out of the Feywild, you mean?
No. I'm sorry, but you're not real. This isn't real. I'm in a chair. I'm in a chair in the abyss. There's no trees here, fam. Like, what do I do?
I don't, and you almost see Amundsen like almost glitch. Like there's a twitch in his oak face that shouldn't be possible. He goes, you could return using your planar magic as you always do, Aramil, when you're traversing the plains.
Right. All right, this is what I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try and tree form with my staff.
Okay. Okay.
Bro just became the board.
Okay. What you all see, not Aramil, is suddenly the black darkness dissipate, the screen distort and destroy itself. And you see the figure of Aramil with this illithid, its mouth and tentacles resting upon his head, the mouth maybe inches away from taking his brain.
Dude, yuck.
When suddenly you see the staff on his back glow green, this rich, dark forest green, and suddenly sprout itself into this gigantic, long white willow that burrows into the ground around him, lifts the chair itself into the air, and sends the illithid flying. Arnamil, you feel the dream version of yourself suddenly yanked backwards as if you've fallen down some sort of deep hole, and blink and shake yourself awake and suddenly find yourself still strapped to this chair, but about 25 feet in the air, held by your back to this large tree. You see the sprawled on the ground form of the illithid begin to rise and stir, and you suddenly hear the crowd around you with this vicious booing. Just this cacophony of hatred directed in your direction. But you have your eyes back. What do you do?
I think I gotta fuck this guy up.
You're in a chair 25 feet in the air.
I'm in a chair 25 feet in the air. All right, I'm gonna beast form.
Okay. What are you turning into?
Give me 1 second. All right. Well, first off, I'm gonna turn into something small so I can get out of this chair, like
Okay.
a squirrel or something, even just to get out of the chair. Under a quarter.
You boop, into the shape of a chipmunk. Did I scare Pearl?
No, she just farted the second you like.
You do that, that's for sure.
Anyway,
you pop into the form of a squirrel and quickly negotiate your way out from under the clamps and are sitting in the center of the chair.
right, and then, oh my god, all right. What are you doing to me? I'm gonna say to the illithid or whatever. What are you doing to me? Why are you doing this to me?
It looks up at you and hisses this like ethereal internal hiss, and you can feel this this raging in your brain as a voice suddenly says, "No, you will be mine." I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, it's a 12.
Okay. Your tiny squirrel brain is overcome by the fear.
Oh wait, no.
yeah.
I was gonna.
Had you pop back into being an elf again?
I pop back into.
Okay. It doesn't matter. You still rolled a 12. I was just being flavorful. But yes, you feel your brain suddenly overtaken by this presence again, and you blink, and your eyes see green and lush meadows and forests. I need to make a second wisdom saving throw.
Wait, can Nick's do we have a person in the room with us?
The concierge or the Gith is there.
That's a person.
Yeah, Nix is gonna turn to that person and be like, "What the heck? He got out of it. Like, why is this person still trying to do something to him?"
The Gith looks at you and goes, "If you thought that the test of wisdom was merely breaking the illusion, that's my apologies."
That's
Ugh, this guy's a wiener.
Yeah, you're cheating, and that's bullshit, and I don't like it.
What does he have to do to win?
What'd you get on your wisdom saving throw there, Amal?
A 27.
That's what you have to do to win.
Yeah,
Go right through that creature's brain.
Because
You
you
out of the wall.
immediately shake your head and blink and completely wash away the fantasy again. And you see the illithid on the ground reel by the sheer force of your mind's pressure. It skitters a bit and looks up at you growling, but now knowing the advantage you have over it, you push forward with your brain and you need to make one more wisdom check.
Oh yeah, I'm about to put the forest in your brain, bitch.
Damn.
Oh fuck.
I'm about to ram my tree all up in there.
Whoa now.
But roll
All right,
in
I'll roll.
open space.
All right. 15.
That's enough. You overpower the illithid using the mere force of your presence and mind. And as it sort of kind of cowers away, you, even without thinking, draw the staff from behind your back, dislodging it from the willow behind you, and point it at it. And for a brief moment, you see inside its mind. You see the fractured psyche of this illithid. You see the millions and millions of memories of other individuals who didn't succeed this challenge, who didn't feel or break free of the fantasy and had their minds stolen. You can find personalities and different personas within it. But before you get too lost, you pull yourself back and with a flick of your wrist, cast lightning bolt out of the staff and send the illithid flying. The rest of you up above suddenly see the green, the gates on either side spring open. And although you can't see it, Armil, there's a tree in between you and the gate. You can see the gate behind the illithid has suddenly sprung open as well.
I think I'll head away from that guy. Can I look around the tree to see if the gate on the other side is open?
Yes, you can, and it has.
I think I'll head that way.
Okay. You clamber down the tree and start running. From behind you, you can hear the swirl of robes as the illithid regains its footing and begins to pursue you. But before it can fully get its feet underneath you, you make it all the way out of the gate and hear a clanging bell. You hear a voice from outside speak, "The elf has passed the test." And you hear the crowd uproariously boo. Just
Woo!
Roman Reigns at SummerSlam, just
Yeah, Armel, these guys
covering
suck.
you in
You're the
boos.
best.
Yay!
Oh.
You don't even got no trees here.
You even managed to make a tree in this fucking place.
Yeah.
Which the willow is still just standing there, like it's
Hell
just
yeah.
it's there now.
Suck it, Joe.
I will say, for the purposes of your staff, what you casted out of your staff, you've only used the Thunderbolt. You have not used the Create Tree. The Create Tree happened through the staff, but without taking the charge.
Okay.
Eventually, upon getting your breath back and getting your feet underneath you, you make your way upstairs. You're guided by a guide up there.
As there wants to
And they open the door, and you see the Gith standing with your 5 friends who are all looking at you, going, or 6 friends all saying, "Hi, it's so God." You do what you're gonna do.
Yay!
Yay!
Good shit.
Yo.
Way to go, dude.
Good job.
dude.
Great
I
job, man.
didn't get us all killed.
No, you did
Good job.
a great job, man.
Woohoo. And look, I made a tree. Did you guys see? It was awesome.
I'm so
Yeah.
proud of your tree, man.
Yeah, it looks very nice.
You guys should have seen me. In the future, I become awesome tree.
That does not
We
surprise
saw
me.
it.
Wait.
So
Do you
we're not-
want that future?
Let me tell you right now, I'm all for doing the right thing. I don't want tongue plant.
Tongue point.
I mean,
So the ultimate evil is having Marleman be quiet.
listen, that might save a lot of people a lot of hassle.
Marlon, how do you feel about this uproarious dunking you're getting from your entire team?
It's all right, man. It was bound to happen. They've been living with my shit for so long.
Hey, whatever. I'm holding off on any kind of dunking in this way because I very firmly believe that in that future I am dead as fuck.
Also, I'm gonna walk up to Marleman and just pull open his mouth and just make sure.
No, bro, it's real. I can talk before you get any closer.
As you all take this moment of celebration, the Gith very politely,
Yes.
"Congratulations on your victories through the trials. I do believe that means that, as we discussed earlier, you can pick your next opponent within here in the pits."
What are the options?
Oh, absolutely anything that you so desire. And a large tome sort of drifts off the wall and is set onto the table in front of you.
We're here for somebody.
Yeah,
feel-
isn't there someone specific?
Yeah, we were hoping to talk to somebody.
We were here
more
to get
than fight
turned.
someone.
Well, the benefit to being here within the fight pits is that you fight. Any reward you so choose for your final, he sort of looks at the sky with a small grin. Final bit of testing here in the pits is also what you choose. Any reward you so deem is yours that can be granted by our Lord Demogorgon, we shall grant, as long as you can complete your final challenge.
Yeah.
Is that this one? Is that what we're saying here?
Challenges until the final challenge.
Yes, this is my question as well.
This can always be your final challenge.
Okay, but if we don't die,
Yeah. Assuming we don't die.
Assuming you don't die, there is great reward in your future.
You don't really like a yes or no question, do you?
I do not know the meaning of yes or no.
Yeah.
So you're dumb. Okay. So I'll try to simplify it a little bit. How I expect that you're not gonna obviously fair deal, not really your business, but how long are we expected to how many of these trials are we expected to play along with? Like, be real.
That is unfortunately not my choosing, and I have not heard word that the Lord Demogorgon has become bored of you yet.
How long has, for example, Trunks been here?
Your friend the Golden Forge.
Mm-hmm.
He has been here for at least 3 months.
Okay.
He doesn't seem the sort.
And how often did he do a challenge?
He would occasionally choose to take one once a week. Occasionally he would choose to take one 3 times a day. He's a very hard to pin down sort.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
So, I think we need to discuss privately.
Yeah, can we have the room?
Of course. It's all yours for as long as you like.
Mm-hmm.
Before you go,
He's sort of...
how long do we have to pick our next opponent?
I mean, it's
I
not
will.
what we want, but
I'll return for your answer in an hour, and if you tell me to come back, I will return 3 hours after that. If you tell me to come back, I'll return 12 hours after that. And if you tell me to
These are
return, I'll
really
return
specific,
24
my
hours
dude. I
after
need to-
that.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're going to give us all the time we need. Thank you.
yeah, because either we're here.
Or I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you like insults down here?
Say again?
Like, you know how I was like, thank you? Is that a weird thing? Do you know what thank you is?
Oh, yes, I know all about thanks. And I will say, my Lord Demogorgon does thank you all for your participation.
Before he leaves, but just before, can I be like, hey, one more question? I gesture at the book. Are you in there?
I certainly am.
Nice.
He steps out of the door and closes it.
All right, well, I have a vote.
I was thinking we could pick Chris and then
No,
get
no,
the
no,
fuck
no,
out
no.
of here.
Bad idea.
I mean,
Get the fuck out of here.
I see where you're going. That might be
it's not
tough.
a bad idea, honestly.
It might be tough to pull off.
Because straight up, I have a tree
Well-
there. We could just walk out that tree.
Yeah, but consider everything that happened. I think it'd be harder to get out of that arena than.
Yeah, magic has a habit of fizzling in there. I'm worried about that.
Not enough. I was still able to cast some spells when I was in there, like when I was going in for battle. So
A lot of in and out, like from in to out or out to in, has seemed to be unreliable.
Right.
Do you remember
That
my
doesn't work for us.
my blast trying to go into the stands? When it hit the edge of the arena, it stopped.
Okay.
That's what I'm worried about.
Yeah, that was the best.
What was the second part of our thing we had to do again? It's been a while, so I've forgotten.
Yeah.
Your goals right now is to get Trunks, get the fuck out, and to find a way to close the portal.
Right.
Right. Do we know where the portal is?
You came through it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but the portal. Wait, but what about? Were we supposed to do something with the Lord Demogorgon?
Oh, weren't we supposed to fuck something up? Like we were supposed to cause a lot of
trouble. That was like one thing.
trouble?
We're supposed to cause trouble. Perhaps we should kill,
Direct
attack.
Direct quote from Valen on your way in. Raise a little hell.
Okay. Great. How do we do that? We didn't really get too many specifics from him. All right.
Like Demogorgon, like straight
Yeah,
up.
so-
We
So
could-
wait, is he in the book? Is
should
Demogorgon in the book?
We
I
should.
have a
he is.
feeling that's going to be a little bit hard.
We are
He is
not going
age
to
one.
He's page 1.
Oh
Right.
yes.
Interesting.
Oh, so Demogorgon could go toe to toe with Titania or Oberon or potentially both of them. So let's not do that.
All right.
I know. I was just curious.
Well, I think that our reward should be that we can leave with Trunks Like, I think that's what we should ask
through the
for.
portal, and then we close it on our way out.
Yeah.
I didn't cause the hell part, so I don't know if Rakshasa Man is going to be too thrilled with that part of it.
Really, we don't care what
Listen,
he thinks.
Fuck Rakshasa, man.
Yeah,
we don't
but
really
he's
care
also,
about him.
you know, we don't want to.
But we also didn't trust him. Like,
we didn't
Yeah,
know.
like I have no interest
coming here
in like.
to appease the Rakshasa Man. Like,
Yeah.
Get drunk and close the portal.
So here's the other question of that. What are the odds that Demogorgon or his agents know what our plan is on the way out?
It's very possible they could be listening in right now.
Wait,
Have someone listening in.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why I think for our reward, we should like guarantee.
Like negotiate safe patches like we did with the Rakshasa.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Like
With Trunks.
we get to leave with Trunks, and you do not in any way get to try and stop us. Oh,
Shit.
Who was it that the
Not
Rakshasa
walk
supported?
out
He
here.
was trying to
Grazit.
Krozix. Okay,
The Devon Prince Grazit.
Krozix.
Probably shouldn't say that name around here, by the way.
No, that was for Heather's.
Okay.
Yes,
So.
I assumed that was a Heather question, not
That was a Heather question, not a Phaedra question.
Yes.
So something I wanted to ask what's his nuts before he walked out. Is it possible to change the composition of teams? Like, can we talk to Trunks, get him to band up with us?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, can we talk to Trunks?
Convince Trunks to help us put on a show.
Make an insight check.
Some work shoes.
Si?
With advantage too, then, right? Because
No, just a regular insight check.
Oh, there they are.
I mean, we would all be. I just mean, like, I would want to roll for that too, you know?
Yeah. I mean, if you want to roll for it, you certainly can. It's just you won't get advantage.
Well, I just mean our right, but like that's kind of like rule, like instead of most of the people.
Yeah. No, you can. Yeah,
That's a 9.
I'm picking up what you're putting down. All right, roll with advantage, Si.
Oh, that's better. That's a 17.
Okay. In going through and setting up these trials in the first place, they seem pretty comfortable with you swapping things up, not sticking with the same team or anything like that. So your assumption right now is that if you wanted to contact Trunks and find a way to get him to agree to some sort of worked shoot or something like that, they might be on board.
Oh, wait, if he's on the same plane as us, I can send a message. Potentially.
What was his... We tried that before. What was his response to us?
I don't know if it works because he was on a different plane of existence.
No,
Yeah,
I mean, since we got here, we got a message to him, and he sent something back to us saying, wait.
It was essentially, I'm about to do some cool shit. I hope you're watching.
That's what it was. So we should be able to talk to him now.
Okay.
You will remember he is also currently waiting to fight a Balor. His fight was cut short because Demogorgon was more excited to watch him and the Balor go one-on-one than watch Trunks do it tired, essentially.
If we was to go 1-on-1.
You think of spicing that challenge up?
No, not really. I mean, at this point, our options actually seem pretty damn limited.
We could fight our guy,
what's our guy?
the guy that came into our room all the time.
Oh.
We could fight him.
I personally love the idea of murdering him. I also don't think we get anything out of it. It would just be really fun.
Oh yeah.
So,
I don't know. He's clearly an important fella, huh? He comes and invites all the people in or whatever. You know what I mean?
I have a feeling he'll be easily replaced.
yeah.
Right.
But also, we could literally fight here for the rest of our lives and never get out.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's what this place is.
Right.
So,
Can we request an audience with Trunks before we make a decision then? Because we can say, like, oh, we want to discuss with him if he wants to be on a team with us.
yeah.
We didn't want to actually talk with him about it first, to talk about, like, team lineups or whatever.
Face to
Do you
face.
want to try sending him a message, see if he's open to meeting with us?
Worth a shot.
Sure. What do you want me to say?
You guys know him better than I do.
Yeah, fair enough.
Trunks.
Strong start.
Stop. No, I'm fine.
We're trying to get out of here, dog.
No, it's gotta be. How many words is it? It's like 20 something, right?
It's 25 words.
You can solve this in like 7. It's very much like Trunks reunion tour.
Netflix and chill.
Next match.
Send nudes.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Sorry.
He's still riding high that he got out of that thing.
ASL.
I didn't know Trunks as well, so like even though I'm trying to remember.
How well we knew him doesn't change the facts when you say in the message. So.
Yeah, exactly. We just got to get we're not. There doesn't need to be flavor here.
Like, so do we want him to come here to us, or do we want to?
Yeah.
If we can.
Totally come here.
Yeah.
Because I think we can find him.
Okay. Hey Trunks, can you come meet up with us?
We have some plans.
We have some plans. Marleman says hi.
There you go.
Perfect.
That fits. You get a response back almost
reunion tour.
Reunion tour.
Reunion tour. You get a response back almost immediately that says, "Can't, little busy. What's the plan?"
What?
Can't, little busy. What's the plan?
Stop singing us up.
How could he be busy right now?
This dude ghosts this dude's ghosting us constantly.
Was he fucking somebody?
Stop.
That's
Very
impressive.
All right.
Very possible.
I don't know. I don't know what Trunks
Learn something about you.
I don't know.
That was one of those personally revealing suggestions
Wow.
about what you would do when faced with some free time in the weird demon zone, I guess.
No.
I mean,
Hey,
you haven't thought about it since we got here? Weird.
Nope. And Sai gets to sit in the backstage.
Yep.
No.
Threw that motherfucker in timeout. All right, well, whatever. I guess we gotta wait until Trunks does his thing. I don't know how do I know how time works here? I honestly forget. I remember something about Trunks versus the big Balor dude or whatever being the main event.
Yep.
So if we stall long enough, do we is the main event today or is the main event this month or this fake demon lunar cycle?
The way it was phrased to you, it was the main event today. Or of the 24-hour period that would make up a calendar day.
Right.
Whether or not that is what that actually means is hard to describe, but sometime within the next waking hours, it should occur.
Yeah, so we might just
and outside from your guys' little windowy thing, you do see a crew of people attempting to take down this large willow tree to clear the battlefield for something to occur next.
No.
Oh my god, it's the end of Fern Gully all over again.
It's
they just have these heavy black iron axes that they're just digging into this tree over and over again. But it's a resilient fucking tree, and it's not giving it up. So
tree's not going down without a fight. At this point, I'm just I tried to mildly comfort Aram a little bit that his poor tree is getting chopped down, but now I'm just hey, maybe if we're lucky, it'll fall down on one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With that, from outside, you suddenly hear and you look out, and the tree has not fallen, but one of the heavier branches up top has just magically broken off for no reason and just clubbed a guy.
Nice.
Nice job, Tree.
That's what I'm talking about. Way to go.
Trev over there, he's doing the always sunny did I do that? I think I did that. I definitely did that.
Yeah, I think
I had something to do with that.
Yeah. All right, so I'm curious as to what the plan is. Are we going to try and fight with Trunks and then get out of here? Or like,
I think what we should do is when we were told to cause hell, I think we should get Trunks in the ring against us, and we should make it look like we're having a crazy fight, or bring him in on the fight, whatever, and in the fight, bust out.
This is going to be one of those weird questions, but magical folks, what kind of magic do you have that if Trunks is too stubborn to play along, to charm him or any other certain type of thing, just to get him to, to remove that particular variable?
oh, I have charm monster.
I have command and suggestion.
We're getting closer.
If anybody, Aramil probably has.
One of those is one I
on it.
always have. I forget which one I always have.
By the way, Trev,
Yes.
you need to make a history check.
It's up to you, homie.
I have a lot.
I'm trying to think.
Whatever it is, it actually kind of does depend because the die is like average-ish, so
Hang on, let me check.
modifier is going to do some deciding here.
It's like one of those, like it could be a couple of different things.
Oh, it also won't make that much of a difference.
Yeah, let's say either history or nature or religion. You could choose which one.
Those are all int, I'm pretty sure, so it doesn't matter.
They are. I just don't know if you have
I don't have any of those trained, unfortunately. That means
Gotcha.
that it's going to be 15.
Okay. You know through context, as well as just sort of knowing of dark shit that exists outside the planes, that Trunks is a bad fucking dude. Like a real bad motherfucker.
That
There's
I know.
no promise he could kill a Balor alone.
Yeah. That's what I've been worried about.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if we have, like, I guess I'll actually voice that. Like, I don't know if anybody else around here is even, like, familiar with what a Balor is. I can't say that I've necessarily seen one, but...
You have.
Oh,
briefly.
have I?
Because it charged at Trunks before.
You're right, it
Oh,
did.
yeah,
I mean,
it
like,
did.
I've been seen one for more than everybody else.
Hang
Have
on,
more
I'm-
real experience.
Oh, I can do that this way now.
Yeah,
Hang
you can. Yep.
So
And then you can focus the whole stream on it too.
possibly
Yep, hang
could we convince Demogorgon to let us in on that fight?
At
And
least
then peace the fuck out?
Yeah, I think we need to be in the fight with him.
That would be cool.
I mean, we might be able to ask what we get for
This
winning,
fucker.
and that's to get out.
Yeah, dude, look at this fucking.
Like that. Oh, he
It's
looks
a Balrog.
It's a tiny Balrog.
Well, I mean,
tiny's
there's
the
no
wrong
counting-
thing.
There's not
Tiny.
exactly a human for scale there.
Yo,
Oh,
I like
okay.
that. Whatever that was.
The
You
human,
no quarter for scale in that picture.
Some kind.
Let's put it this way. You guys have seen a Goristro.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
A Goristro pushes the bounds of large and huge.
The other one pushes the bounds between huge and gigantic.
Yep.
Oh,
Okay.
no. Okay.
It's a big motherfucker. Like, for
Okay.
real, though.
Then yeah, should we
So
use
my
our-
whole thing is like, yeah, like that thing.
If he's in there alone, we need to be in there.
Yeah, it's as dangerous as it looks, and no matter how strong he is right now, that's going to be a tall order for him. I don't know if it's even an option for us to be able to join him, but I would sure love to try.
I'm okay.
Is this one of those things where can I just like, and the guy shows up like?
He said he was.
Is there like a bell on the door or something?
Yeah, is he like waiting on the other
Wait,
side?
can
Like,
we make sure that we have a way out of this before we fight this big ass motherfucker?
there's no guarantee we can actually fight it, anyways.
Well, wait.
That's what I wanted to find out. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure we can, but so before we ask him anything,
Mhm.
I just want to like review what we're thinking, I guess. So, we want to try and fight the Balor, so to help Trunks. But then once we do that, like, cool, we help Trunks. That's good. That's a good first step to like why we're here. But then what?
My sincere hope is if we have been like filed away as a team,
Then
With him,
will be.
then we go into like the post-match staging area with him, and then we'll at least have like we'll have gotten all together,
Hmm.
and then whatever weird plane shifty nonsense you guys are able to do,
Okay.
maybe we'll be able to have him with us.
Right.
I don't know. I feel like all I
Everybody-
can think of right now is we got to like link up with him,
Okay.
and I'm convinced that if he fights that thing alone, he'll die.
Yeah.
Like
Time out.
hard.
Time out. Do we know how to shut that portal down?
No.
Isn't it
Oh, I
cool
don't.
when we go back through it.
They were gonna close it when we went back through it, right?
Yeah, we were gonna work together with the guy once, either on the other
Was
side,
that-
and I used plane shift,
Oh.
or when we crossed, and then
Right.
Gary, hit me with the play-by-play. Is that true?
Yes, he has. Or
He was originally
Valen-
going to destroy it when we left, but we asked him basically to leave it, so we had that as an escape
so
valve.
we're not.
Valen
we just
has
have
a way
get
to
back.
close it. It's just what he expressed worry about was if you close something from one side, it still leaves a tear, so to speak. So even though it's not a direct connection anymore, there's still a dimensional weakness, so to speak. It's currently, and I don't mean this as a pull behind the curtain, but Trev kind of knows this already. It's the issue that Trev is currently facing with the Queen of Air and Darkness. He may have closed that portal beneath Jerselheim, the first portal beneath Jerselheim, that was going to lead into another plane of the abyss, but also weakened the boundaries between borders. Y'all closed it from one side, but not the other, so there was still a weakness there.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So do we have any hints on how to close it from this end?
I could try and do
That
the
is-
same thing I did last. Nah,
Just
wait,
enough
can I do that?
magic.
Wouldn't you stick your sword in there or your arm or some shit?
I like channeled
a bunch
some
of us, right? Like,
dispelling stuff. We did a lot of different things at once.
yeah, like
Mostly I channeled like it's the same thing, kind of the same thing I did in the fight that we just did,
Mhm.
or at least something similar. I can't do exactly what I did back then unless I use my other weapon, which I don't even know if I have with me.
You do. It's in the bag of holding.
All right, so yeah, I'll have to do some pretty risky stuff to pull the same move that I did last time, and like I don't know if I've ever fully explained just how risky the thing I did last time actually was. So I might be a little nervous doing it again on even worse, like non-home field.
Right.
Right.
So another plan would be good.
Trev, I'm just going to let you choose what you roll for this. Make a your gut says check.
Oh God, I don't even know.
Survival.
Gut.
That'd be probably wisdom, right?
Tell you what
Wisdom
my
is what I
D20
was gonna
says,
go
and
with.
then you figure it out.
Yeah, I was going to go with wisdom.
Well, my wisdom is
Uh,
going to make that a
Give
12.
me a medicine check.
Yeah, medicine check.
Strength. No,
Yeah. Your gut is very nervous about this idea, as you know. But deep down, you also have the reassurance that if that was the only option, you could probably figure out how to make it happen. What the consequences of that would be, unknown. But you could close the portal.
that's what I'm worried about. Like, I'm not worried about being able to do it.
I know, but I am putting character thought into actual action.
Yeah.
But yes,
I can maybe
you do.
try and ask for some help from my patron. See if maybe they can give us some hint.
Hell, so could I.
I say, to be completely honest, I don't know, and it's not great, but I don't know if we're going to have a down pat plan before we kind of are in it.
Who farted this
Throw a
time?
squirrel and I could throw a stick.
I wouldn't throw it. Sorry, like you're all talking about your patrons and your gods. And like I just looked at and like this is Nix and Armel. Nix just looked
Yeah.
at Armel and went, I could ask my squirrel. And he
Wow.
It's like, yeah, Marlon could ask his astral dad, Phaedra could ask her patron. We got 3 patrons, and then we have a stick and a
I'm
squirrel.
not asking any patrons anything.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Obviously, yeah. But I
Part of that wisdom check, I will tell you, is that you would have to use the old sword, and you would have to call upon some magic.
Oh, I know all of those things.
All
I'm not
right, just making
comfortable
sure
with
you
that
know.
idea.
I know, just making sure you know.
do you want me to try and ask my patron?
I don't think that I don't think, and even any supernatural assistants we can find, and like none of those guys are gonna know.
Well,
Except maybe yours.
I think.
But I don't know if we're gonna get a lot of straight answers about like this particular thing.
Celestian might have an answer.
You
He's
can
like,
always
"I'm
try. He's a
wandering."
nerd.
I wasn't sure.
Let me ask this question
I mean,
out loud.
Anybody who wants to do anything is welcome to.
Does
believe in
it cost you anything to talk to your guy? You can just try and see. What
Let me double check.
Can you do it like once a week or some shit?
because for me, if I do it, I'm like I might flood the place.
Oh, hold on. I'll check. One
For
second.
the record, mine's the easiest to ask. It's literally just a phone call.
You should make your phone call.
Yeah.
I should.
I think you totally should. I think honestly, if anybody's gonna know anything,
Titania.
Get your
solid
people
move,
before
like-
Trev has to call his mom because we do not want him to call her.
I do not want to do that at all. Also, I kind of resent that.
Call his mom.
Your
Trev
contact
sits in a huff in a corner.
I'm checking.
By the way, there's no other quests that we have to do here. Like, none of the prophecy people are here. None of the people from the fairy court are here, as far as we know.
Not to be like demon racist or anything, but there aren't that many people here. Period.
That's true, but there are some, and not all of the people in the Feywild were people.
Potentially Turks
Very
is one of
few.
them too.
Yeah, there's always a chance that it's our boy. Like,
Well, yes.
again, like, oh, whatever. This is gonna fall
Hang
into
on.
the same category.
I
I never try to.
I have a character question to ask of our good friend Sai.
Yo.
The concept that Trunks Golden Forge might be one of these destined prophesized people. What does that do to your soul?
I just
Have they met?
We met.
Very briefly, if I recall.
We basically kicked each other for a couple minutes until we were both scolded like children.
They don't get along.
We do not. We did not from the start.
Eh,
Why do you think I insult him at every turn and drew a
'cause you're a
mustache
dick,
on
I
him
don't
in a
know.
comic? Well, besides that, I mean, it is. I have a brand to hold up. I just flat out disbelieve it. Just like, yeah, it's not him. I'm just doing this for you guys.
It might
Anyway.
be.
Hey, you never know this. This has been pretty fun.
I just like killing shit. That's
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Well,
we're killing demons. Like I'm happy. I'm a happy person right now.
yeah.
Like
Okay.
All right. So then,
So there's two things I can try, other than
All right.
think.
Who wants to call their dad on the cell
somebody
phone
do
first?
something. Yeah.
Why not? Yeah, you go first.
mine's the easiest.
Yeah.
I will try to get in contact with Titania. I don't even know if it'll work.
I mean, Titania is not your patron.
We are.
No, but as far as I know, Oberon's still not contactable.
And that's what you discover is when you reach out using your sword to make connection with your patron, you get a doubt done. No. You hear a very hoarse croaking voice that responds.
I thought he was like a deer or something.
Well,
And it
he's
said,
I hate you so much.
only. Hang on. Only two people here have seen Oberon in his true form, and that is Aramil and Sai. So
Listen,
I will remind you:
hilarious.
you do not know that he is Centaur in any sort of way. Thank you.
I thought that he was like.
Oh, he's just a person normally.
I distinctly remember him being a bloody four-legged like forest animal on the ground that we all watched Aramil save the life of.
I thought only Aramil saw what he looked like. I thought he had
He
the.
was.
I thought you
I'm pretty sure we all ran over to
Yeah.
like that. The
I
good guys after that fight.
I actually thought it was just the two of us, and you guys were still with like in the main area cleaning up everything.
I don't remember. Maybe I'm.
Let's put it this way: they would have been very careful the amount of people that would have seen that.
Yes.
So, if y'all did, that's fine. It's just I'll have to think about that in the future.
Yeah.
Not the point. Irregardless, you get a hoarse voice that responds with a very light, yes.
Okay. Lord Oberon, we're in... What the hell's the name of this place?
The Abyss plane?
Yes, but...
The not quite 69th level of the Abyss.
67?
Yeah.
Yes, you're in the 67th level.
The 67... And it has a distinct name, the city we're in. Is it this?
No, you're not in Dis.
No.
We're in the Demigorgon's fun
Yes,
zone.
you're just in Demogorgon's fortress. It doesn't really have a name.
Okay. So we're in the 67th plane level of the Abyss, in Demogorgon's fighting pit fortress.
Why
And,
did you find yourself there?
well, we believe one of the prophesied ones is here. And there's also a gate connecting this plane to the prime material. And we're wondering if you have any advice on how to close the gate on this end before we close it on the prime material plane.
Kill everything on the other end.
See, that was my first instinct too, but these people don't like that. I don't know why.
They're slightly less brutalist, I guess.
Yeah. Apart from obliterating this plane of existence, is there any way to just, close the gate?
You're asking questions that are far outside my expertise.
That's fair. Would Lady Titania know?
Can I talk to Mom?
I would
your mother.
not say that. I was going to say your wife, and then I thought better of it.
Here was the thing that just went through my head that I'm glad I bit my lip on. I almost, in the hurt Oberon voice, turned around and had him go, "Hey, babe, do you know any shit about?" But I was like, "That's not true to anybody."
It's like the scene at the end of Metal Gear Solid 4 where the Colonel just turns around, like, tell him to plug in the controller.
Yeah, exactly. He crumbles back. I'll bring it up with the boss, I guess.
Very good, my lord. You know where to contact me. And that's it. Yeah.
Yep.
We don't say goodbye around here.
Why
You
would
didn't even say you're glad he's able to talk or anything. How rude, dude.
He knows. I've killed things for him.
I know I hate my boss, but jeez.
I love my boss. He's fine.
Next call to Dad.
Okay, so I double checked stuff I can do.
Uh-huh.
Divination is asking a single question about an occurrence in 7 days, giving a truthful reply. Kimmy and I can ask up to 3 questions. They answer yes or no. Divine intervention, I have to roll percentile die equal to or less than my cleric level.
Wild one.
Yep, which is 14.
To have them interfere, and then
Yes.
I can't use the feature after 7 for another 7 days. Yeah,
7 days. Yes.
so I don't really have any
In this case, it would be divination is what you're looking for, not
I
divine
guess
intervention.
divination.
I'm going to be straight with you.
Yeah.
Using your divine intervention for this purpose is one of the dumbest things I can even imagine because there's such a high chance of failure.
Exactly. Yeah. It's not like a. I don't think we need it.
Yeah, no. You also just don't need that level of magic to ask a couple questions.
Yeah.
So yes, try your divination.
So, what questions?
It's hang on a moment. So for divination, I want to ask a single question concerning a specific goal, event, or activity to occur within 7 days. So we want to know how to close the portal without without hurting ourselves, basically.
Just remember the answer you're going to get back is a yes or no.
It says a truthful reply.
Oh, truthful reply.
I think the 3 yes or no questions thing is other thing.
Yeah,
right?
that's commune. The yes or no
commune.
questions is
She's got
commune.
3 options.
Yes.
Damn.
So
You got
To be
pricing.
fair,
So
her
if we
god's
have-
a little harder to connect with.
yeah, so if we have one thing in mind, I would say using divination to ask how we can close the portal, and then if we have other specific questions, that can be answered in a yes or no format, then we can use commune.
Seems all right.
So I think I'll try divination first because that's the one where.
Okay. Do you have to? Does that just happen, or?
It's 1 action, 10 minutes.
Okay. So
Uh,
it takes time.
and I have to offer incense and 25 gold, which
Okay.
I guess. So how should I word this before I guess just how is there a way we can safely close the portal between the abyss and
The prime material
So
plant.
so give me your exact phrase.
yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, what is it? Because I'm trying to make sure it's that one portal, the one that we're thinking of.
And where does the other end come out?
Beneath Jerusalem.
Beneath Jerusalem. So, is there a way we can safely close the portal between the abyss?
This particular layer. I'm not a lawyer, but
Like, is there a safe way that we can close the portal between the 67th level of the abyss and beneath Jerusalem?
Okay. You spend 10 minutes.
Yes.
You burn your incense.
Yep.
You lay out the gold that all of you suddenly watch kind of melt away into its base materials and then get sucked into the floor. And you hear an answer, Phaedra. Oh, yes, of course.
awesome.
Said yes.
Fucking got
Said
him.
yes, of course.
Yeah, probably should.
You asked, is there a way?
Yeah. Yep.
How many times can you do this?
It's a 4th level spell. Wait, hang on. If you cast the spell 2 or more times, wait, hang on. It says if you cast the spell 2 or more times before finishing your next long rest, there is a cumulative 25% chance for each casting after the first that you get a random reading.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I don't know what that means, but
that you would connect with someone who is not your god, and they would give you a very different answer.
That you're banned in South Australia.
Fantastic.
Whoops!
Well done.
Accidentally called Bahamut. Sorry.
All right. Well, that.
Oh god, I connected with Demogorgon. What do I do?
I'm gonna say we're like over here. Anybody else have any ideas?
But it is possible. We just have to.
Oh, looks like
It
it's
said it wasn't impossible. So
However, if our plan involves fighting a big bad motherfucker, potentially within the next day, burning all of your cool magic, trying to leave a collect call that might not even matter, might not be wise.
well, this plane shift is 7th level, and that's still on.
No, I am not worried about our ability to plane shift. I'm worried about our ability to kill this fucking thing.
Ostensibly, we should be able to rest before that happens.
It's the main event of today. I actually don't know if we can.
You could definitely get a short one.
Yes, but that's not going to work for her.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me see what my spells are looking like currently.
If my dumbass is advising caution, come the hell on.
For the purposes of this right now, you guys are taking a short rest, so anyone that wants to roll hit die, or for you warlocks, get your spell slots back, you do.
Okay.
Oh, Armel, I forgot to tell you, in the course of your interactions with the Mind Flayer, you did take 0 damage.
That's impressive.
Yay.
I don't remember what dice my hit die are.
Is it the same as mine?
Oh, here we go. It's in the short rest section.
I mean, what do you roll when you level up for?
Yeah, it's that.
I got it.
Okay.
Should I try to talk to my dude?
If it's free.
I don't have an ability to just do that.
Free is a variable with Marleman.
I don't know if it'll even I don't even know how to do that.
Just think really hard and squeeze.
The thing that I would do is I think I would. All right, then here's what I'm doing. Then I'm basically gonna try to meditate my way into thinking about the last time I saw him.
Okay.
So just
I can give you some good shit.
water and just beach and just chilling, and we were just talking.
Oh, you're trying to envision yourself on the beach.
I mean, we
Like
could strap him to a table and waterboard him.
Was
like
that
like the Astral Beach that you've seen him at before.
Yes.
Got it.
I'm trying to literally think about the last time I spoke with him.
Yeah. Make a religion check.
Oh Christ, that's. Let me actually.
There are some things you could do to get advantage on this, but
There are.
Just gonna put that
I'm good. I'm good. We'll be fine.
Okay.
I'm gonna say that out loud. It's not gonna work out.
Hold on.
I rolled a 13, so I end up with a 20 because it's a +7.
damn, I didn't know you had proficiency in religion too.
Yeah, I have proficiency in religion.
Fair enough.
I don't remember how I got that, but I did.
Okay.
I think I got it with Bard or something. Maybe?
Probably, yeah.
I think it was Bard, yeah. Okay. You focus.
Trying.
And you can see yourself fully on the. Oh, God.
Oh, God.
Hi.
What's up?
I love your dad.
That was incredible. Oh, that was amazing. Okay.
You're just sleeping on my switch.
You fully picture yourself there, but you feel like there is some kind of barrier in between fully being there and seeing it, almost like there's a window or an undisturbed sheet of water in between you and the shore itself.
Okay.
So you know you could get there, you just aren't sure how.
Should we ask the
I don't know what else to do. I'm like looking at my stuff. I'm like looking at spells.
Trying to think with a 20, could I give you anything more? You also think of every time that you have astrally talked to him, the counter effects on your body of water pouring out of just about every orifice,
Yeah,
but especially your throat.
Especially my throat. Should I try to breathe in the water? Like,
What water?
he said that there's like water surrounding me.
Oh.
Well, it's more like it's like you're standing there staring at the shore, but there is just a pane of water in between you and it.
I don't know. Just try to walk through it, I guess. I don't know.
Okay, you try and, take a step through, mentally take a step through, but you just sort of bounce off it.
Any ideas? Anybody? Anybody have any?
Can we even
Okay.
see
I was
this?
gonna
For the
say,
record, it's
Let's say
my character
you-
sheet has been destroyed. So
Yeah. You blink your eyes open and look around at everybody and like, anybody got any ideas?
on what?
yeah, it's a good question.
Go with it, Marlon. Go with the
I mean-
flow. Ride the waves.
Hang 10.
Hang 10,
I don't know.
be chill. I don't know. I'm really stumped. I'm really actually stumped.
Okay.
We could smoke a dream weed.
It's not the worst idea, but
Was it like something like so when you okay, so I know you don't want to give me this, but I'm just gonna ask you right now. So when you say thinking more about like how I got there and how water came out of everywhere in my throat, I don't personally remember what that was. So that's my problem.
When
However,
you woke up from
Yeah.
your previous visions, you would cough and eject water from
lots of
everywhere.
water, right? Yeah.
Correct. In your throat, in your lungs, in your
So-
nose, in your ears.
That yeah, then like I feel like I want to try to like drink from the water or like dive into the water head first or something like
Okay, you just tried that and you bounced off it.
I know, but like I'm spewing water and I was coughing out water. That to me said that I drowned. Like
I got an idea. You
Okay.
concentrate on the water and try to draw it into you.
Hang on. Morgan, you were going down a thought path that I'm going to enable. a little more.
drowning. I have to drown myself, is what you're saying.
That's what shot.
That was something. That's what I was just saying. Is like I want to like breathe in and take in the water. Was the first thing I said.
Okay, but so what I'm trying to tell you is that the water you're seeing when you meditate is not real.
So do you actually have to drown?
Wait, are we really going to waterboard him? Is this going to...
I think we are.
I think that I totally take like my water jug or whatever, or like my water skin, and I just start chugging water. And by chugging, I mean like just letting that just continue to guzzle down.
Right.
To try to force feedback that feeling onto myself, I think. To try to get the feeling of that back.
Okay. You all watch Marleman do this, and
Nothing
after
happened.
approximately 25 seconds of him just basically attempting to waterboard himself, you could see the his eyes start to roll back, and a light blue glow seemed to begin to encompass him. But you also see his muscles suddenly contract in that, oh God, like life sort of way of I need to stop doing what I'm going to do or else I'm going to die.
So then we stop him.
No, we
Don't do that.
Did you give us
All right.
okay.
Aramil, you stand there
I don't know.
and
I think-
hold the jug or pull the jug from him and just keep him underneath.
Ow.
Parliament. As you see the brief shadow of someone walk over you and take the jug out of your hands, but the feeling not stop, you blink. And you find yourself sitting on a soft a soft old log. You hear the light back and forth of the ocean. You feel the coolness of the evening. You are back on this shoreline.
Where is he?
You look around and you are currently alone. For the most part.
Mac?
Don't eat those.
You hear a faint whisper on the wind that seems to answer, Mac.
Fuck. Well, I said I would try this.
After sitting there for about 10 seconds of like, all right, is someone going to show up? What's going on? Hello. You suddenly hear a voice behind you. But it is not the old, rough seaborn voice of Manana MacLear. Instead, you hear a light female voice that says, Marleman Oceanwrath, how did you find your way here?
Hey.
And you turn, and standing there is a woman you have seen before. Pale alabaster skin, long black hair, white robes. Neve is standing before you with her fingers folded looking at you.
I would be lying if I said you were the person I was expecting to see.
Yes, I suppose I would be lying if I said the same. I see you've found the way to enter the realm.
I guess. I sure. Have you seen? You know how to close a portal?
A portal?
So
Like a dimensional portal.
yeah. So again,
Certainly.
to cut on some time here, I explain the situation in vague terms.
She sort of stops and thinks and goes, "Well, things outside the bounds of time are not particularly or I should say, things that are not inside the bounds of time are not my particular specialty, but I believe you just channeled a large amount of magical energy through it and caused it to overload. You could probably close it down that way.
On both ends.
Well, it would leave a scar, but as long as two
Yeah, I don't
people,
want that.
as long as it's closed from both sides, it would be incredibly minimal.
I don't really want to risk that.
That I can completely. And before she even finishes that sentence, you suddenly of feeling the very last bit of body give out. Aramil, from beneath you, you watch Marlman's eyes just flip back forward and him go and knock the jug out of your hand and just start spewing water across the floor.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
You all right, buddy?
Thank you for not letting me kill myself.
Well, I had to at least help if I could.
Well, I didn't see Papa.
Uh-huh.
And I think I'm just laying flat on my back, just so.
So we're 0 for 3 then. Okay, great.
Well, if we overload the portal with a lot of magical energy, we could potentially leave it with a very minimal scar on this side.
How do you
Sounds
know
like
that?
the best we can hope for.
I assume somebody was there to talk to you.
Neve was there. Have they? Do you guys know Neve?
Bro,
Give up,
we're looking for her.
Okay.
Can you contact her?
You got a jug of water?
Grab a jug of water and start walking towards them.
Nope. Prio.
Nope.
We'll take
I need to not do that.
Where is she?
I don't know. What I can tell you right now is that she is in the plane of whatever I was just in.
Was it water?
What did she call it, Gary? She didn't say the name, but she said a thing. That's what I'm looking for.
The realm, she called it.
Realm. Thank you.
Whoa.
That's the word I was looking for. She called it the realm. I don't know. Honestly, I wasn't in there long enough to ask any real meaningful questions other than, do you know how to close a portal?
So,
for the record, Gary, how long was that?
For everybody else, it was approximately 45 seconds. For
And
you,
for me?
about 5 minutes.
Okay, cool. I just wanted to know how long that conversation was.
Maybe it was a minute and a half in the
I was
outside
gonna say, like, realistically, that sounds like it's like a 2 to 3 minute conversation, and then it was out.
Yeah.
But I'm with you. Okay.
To speed this up so people can jump to sleep if they need to.
Yeah, I need to.
Yep. So, you guys, after consulting with each other about what you've all learned and the benefits herein, for the most part, and correct me if I'm wrong, you've all settled on assisting Trunks in getting rid of this Balor.
Mm-hmm.
Or dealing with this Balor problem. So, after about 45 minutes or so of waiting, the Githrezi returns and floats to the door and says, "Very well. Have you all selected your upcoming trial?"
In a way.
We want to know if it's possible to assist.
No.
Right?
We don't want to know if it's possible.
I'm not looking for that. What I want to say, I don't have a question so much as a proposal for your master. I think that you've seen Trunks fight plenty.
Oh,
he's very strong. He's very tough.
Yes.
But you know just as well as I do
Mm.
that if he actually stands one-on-one with that thing, with that Balor, that's not going to be entertaining. That's going to be a slaughter. And sure, you like slaughter just fine, but I'd like to think that an actual fight would be a little bit more special, a little bit more interesting.
You are not
And
Why don't you
mistaken.
let us help him out?
Our crowd does prefer a little bit of blood and guts, of course, but
You
the
know
pull
that,
and- the
that
push
Trunks
and
is just
pull.
going to get stomped out.
Yes. He's a reckless sort, but we tend not to say no to those of them who want to throw their lives away. If you would like to partake in
Throw
his
ours away
feast,
too. I'm with it.
that can certainly be arranged. I'm not sure how much the dwarven competitor will be thrilled with your choices, but that's
Well,
for all of you to figure out.
That
Yeah,
matters.
I don't know if he has. Does he have a choice? If your lord deems this something that he wants us to do, is that
Certainly
just how
not.
it will
You've
go?
certainly not. You have finished your 3 trials that are not chosen for you, which means that you get to choose your own. If your choice supersedes that of another, then it supersedes that of
Excellent.
another.
Well, Trunks is pretty stubborn, so if you can force him into it, I mean, that's not that bad.
Oh, it was his choice as well, so we'll just fuse them together.
Wait.
Delightful.
I was gonna say if it becomes one choice over the other, consider us a team. And
It's the way I was taking this conversation, but very well. Good to know. I will put that in, and we will expect all of you down in the fields in, let's say, an hour and a half. You will notice, and all of you suddenly feel this prickling burn on the inside of your left wrists, and you look down, and there's a coiled whip symbol now branded there.
Is that enough time for like a rest for the people who had to do like combat?
Yes, 100%.
Well,
a short rest.
short, not long.
Correct.
So anybody who that's one of the reasons why Trev was being so cautionary with Phaedra throwing spell slots down the drain to talk to gods.
Yeah, I remember you saying that, but I didn't. Short rest is how long? Is that a short rest?
15 dang minutes.
Yeah,
Oh, okay. Then yeah.
15 to 90 minutes is usually
Yeah.
a short rest.
Okay, then yeah. Okay.
So you can
And you've
get
already-
your
and you've already
health
had an
back
hour.
with hit die, basically, but if you're not Jason or myself, then your spell slots are out of luck.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. And we'll figure all that stuff off outside of the broadcast. But for now, next week we'll pick up on you guys facing the Balor with your old compatriots.
Yay!
yay!
Perks.
Later, guys.
Turks.
Turks.